Government received quite a tongue lashing from the opposition during Friday's Parliament sitting as they accused the other side of failing to stimulate the economic environment since taking office in 2015. In their response, however, government dispelled the claims made, reducing it to alternative facts.
I don't know what this so-and-so this government is doing. Nobody can understand what the government is doing. So that you have a frustrated citizenry, you have a frustrated private sector, you have a public service that does not understand either what the government is doing and therefore what is their role. And therefore you have an economy, a public administration, and a governance system at an absolute standstill in Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Tiwari said the People's Partnership left a host of projects going on which could have contributed to sustainable growth in the economy, but claimed these were thrown out when the PNM entered office. Referencing the recent announcements of government's decision to axe the Tourism Development Company and Caroni Green Limited, he said it's an obvious example that the government had no clear vision as to how to treat with the current economic turmoil. He said ultimately citizens are affected as decisions like these lead to further unemployment. The Caroni Central MP, while he agreed that there are far too many state agencies, said government cannot simply go about shutting down entities as they so desire.
But I want to say, and I want to alert the country and warn the government that you can't just sell off state enterprises just so. And how you sell them and the ownership structure of the state enterprises after you do that is also very important.
Next to take the floor was Minister of State in the Office of the Attorney General, Stuart Young, who dismissed Dr. Tiwari's presentation as alternative facts. Mr. Young said when government entered office, they inherited a stifling economy which the PP could have avoided.
We now know from the Minister of Finance that 92% of revenue, of oil and gas revenues in Trinidad and Tobago from 2014 to 2016 was lost. So for every $100 earned, we are now faced with a revenue of $8. That is the first point. But to put it in context respectfully, Madam Speaker, this happened under the former administration.
He said government has gone above and beyond in attempting to establish some measure of stability.
So the goal now to hear them preaching, this is what we would do, this is what we should have done, this is what you, the government, should. We did it. Because the first thing that this Minister of Finance and this administration did, Madam Speaker, is immediately reduce our expenditure as a country by $11 billion from 63 to 52.
Stacey Ann Providence, C News.
The Member of Parliament for Tabaki, Turat Rambachan, during debate on the private motion asking about government's economic plan, trained his guns on the Labour Minister Jennifer Baptiste-Primus. He referred to estimates of job losses since the PNM came into office, which he pegged at 16,000 or a 1% rise in unemployment. He took Minister Baptiste-Primus to task for not having the true figures of unemployment in the country to date.
Everybody losing their jobs. Arcelor 600 gone, plus 1,800 other indirect workers. And you tell me that you don't have the capacity as a minister to find out what's going on in the labor sector? Huh? Did you become a minister in order to enjoy the ride as a minister? To get a fat salary, to dress up every day, to drive in big car, but you cannot tell the country how many people have really lost their jobs? Oh my goodness.
The Minister of Social Development and Family Services, Sharianne Critchlow-Coburn, in her response, denied that the government had implemented a wage freeze or wage restraint. She said she was shocked to learn that a former government minister under the People's Partnership had 4 CPEP contracts. Minister Critchlow-Coburn accused the opposition of taking over CPEP and using the program to fatten their pockets.
This program was intended for the small man, the poor, the vulnerable. And here it is. We had members, a sitting minister, having 4 CPEP contracts. That's very cool. Even at that same meeting, it was suggested that the then chairman of the HDC also walked the corridors of CPEP. Madam Speaker, I find that reprehensible because what it means.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert says the $1.7 billion withdrawn from the Heritage and Destabilization Fund will be used to help fund various government initiatives in various sectors. He was responding to a question posed by Caroni Central MP Dr. Bo Tawari, who wanted to know whether the monies would be used to fund a specific project of utmost importance.
I repeat, money is fungible. If the Honourable Member will go to the budget documents, you will see a suite of projects totaling $5.1 billion. The money will be spent on all of them. All important.